many universities and colleges today is remembered through some pictures in the old school yearbook. But for Grambling State University in Grambling and Southern University in Baton Rouge, tradition is taken very seriously. And it is through this attraction to tradition that their rivalry begins.
When we bleed blue and gold. Grambling is our good friend now. But we just like to play them, and it's a lot of fun.
Up the street for that, about 60 miles from Grambling. And a lot of my home people go to Southern. So when I go home for the Christmas break or for the summer, we always talk about the Bayou Classic.
Southern and Grambling are located at opposite ends of Louisiana. They were both founded near the turn of the century as predominantly black institutions of higher education. Until the 50s, Southern and Grambling were the only colleges in Louisiana that would enroll black students. As a consequence, the majority of black adults who went to college in Louisiana attended either Grambling or Southern. When football was quickly catching on as America's favorite Saturday afternoon sport, Grambling and Southern started developing what would later be classified as football powerhouses. But in 1932, when Southern and Grambling played their first football game against one another, no one would have believed that 50 years later, the friendly gridiron showdown would be considered a yearly classic.
It's a group of people who have been a part of something that's really great, and they're trying to make sure this continues to exist, and that's what it's all about. It's extravaganza. It goes beyond the football game. You're into the beauty pageant. You're into the clash between the two bands. So it's a great thing. It's a great feel. It's a very competitive thing, but it's a very healthy competitive type of activity.
What makes the rivalry so interesting is the difference between the two schools. Grambling State University is located in rural North Louisiana with a student body that numbers less than 5,000, and most of those students live on campus. On most university attendance records, Grambling is considered small. It was started in 1901 by Charles Adams as an institution exclusively to serve the poor and teach them how to survive. Most of the curriculum centered around agriculture, technical training, and school basics. Through the years, the school gradually evolved from the colored industrial and agricultural school of Lincoln Parish to the present 340-acre setting of Grambling State University. Grambling's curriculum has changed dramatically in its first 81 years. Today, Grambling's main courses are arts and sciences, business, and education, with a few classes in graduate studies. Here on the other side of the state, in the capital city of Baton Rouge, is Southern University's main campus. Southern's other two campuses are located in New Orleans and Shreveport. The undergraduate student population of these three campuses, combined with the graduate school and law school, not only makes Southern a whole lot bigger than Grambling, it also makes Southern the country's largest black university. Southern was created during the Louisiana 1879 Constitutional Convention for the purpose of educating persons of color. Located first in New Orleans, then moved to the banks of the Mississippi in Baton Rouge in 1914, Southern's curriculum grew from liberal arts and letters to that of a college specializing in education, business, and engineering. In 1948, the law school was added, and in 1956 and 1964, the additional campuses in New Orleans and Shreveport were included into the system. Today, there are more than 15,000 Southern students who, like the smaller student body at Grambling, not only attend classes during the week, but also come out on weekends to cheer their favorite football team on to victory.
Everybody, I think, on their campus, more so, but on our campus, we're just confident that we're going to win. But on their campus, they just be, their main aim is to beat Southern. And I guess a little our main aim is, out of all the teams we play, we want to beat Grambling.
Why Grambling? Why is there, this particular intense rivalry with Grambling?
Well, Grambling and Southern is, first of all, the two predominantly black schools in the state. And I don't know, it is, in some instances, a close tie. And all of us want to be on top.
It's just a real rivalry. We consider the Bayou Classic as a serious event. This is the last football game of the year for Grambling. It's been that way for a number of years. And we always play Grambling, Southern with our maximum.
And I always felt that Grambling was kind of a rural area type school, and Southern was kind of suburban area type school, and you know, the poor kids always want to beat the rich kids. So I think it's important. Anytime you got two schools in the state that play against each other in any athletic event, or in anything, I think you want to beat that particular school so you can brag about it at least for 1 year. It's just a kind of a fun type of thing more than anything else.
Grambling and Southern are 2 of 6 teams in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. As far as the conference is concerned, the Southern Grambling matchup is just one game in the season of SWAC football competition. But while it might be just another game to the conference, it's practically the only game to die-hard Southern and Grambling fans.
I played against them when I was in undergrad school, and it just ended up to be to go at each other.
Why? I mean, if you're both the black schools in the state, why do you need a rivalry?
Well, it's just something about that to understand that we feel we just look better than Grambling. I guess Grambling feel that they're better than us, and we have to fight to see who is the best in for bragging rights to Louisiana. When we noticed that when Southern would come, all the persons in business places up here, they would sell out of food, and the hotels would sell out, and we could really see it was a big thing. But the thing that got our attention, whenever they came to play us, when the crowd would get up around 14 or 15,000, they would just break the fence down.
I always believed that you could play the Southern Grambling to play in any cow pasture or any place else in the state of Louisiana, and that as many people as could find their way there would actually come to see us play.
It took me a while to realize, the importance of the game. After being around the kids here and realizing that, the kids, the students make it important. Because, like I say, for the bragging rights, this is very important.
If you ask the Southern enthusiasts who their second favorite college team is, they would probably say Grambling. And if you ask the Grambling supporter who their second choice is for a college football team, they would probably say Southern. So what's all the fuss about when the two schools meet opposite one another on the field?
Whenever we would play, we had a crowd because the people knew, they had relatives on our team, relatives on the Southern team. And it just was a natural rivalry, and I was from Baton Rouge, and all the people were concerned about, and, when will you ever beat Southern? And all the people at Southern were about, don't let Grambling beat you.
Of course, because it's a family affair. You see, I have more people in Grambling than I have here at Southern. And I'm a former student at Southern. I played in the band at Southern. Now I taught in a laboratory school, a high school at Southern. And now I'm teaching in a college at Southern. But I have more relatives living and working in Grambling than I have here. Well, it's a family affair. And just as though my family is entwined within Grambling, I want to ensure that many other Southernite families are entwined with Grambling.
Because the Bayou Classic is a family affair, it lost its football-only status a long time ago. The overwhelming 60,000-plus crowds for the event followed the game around the state until a big enough home for the Classic was found in the New Orleans Superdome. Other activities such as a beauty pageant, basketball game, and formal ball were added to the lineup, stretching the formerly one-day football get-together into a 4-day extravaganza. One of the added events to the Classic is a battle of the bands between the world-renowned Southern University Marching Band and the world-renowned Grambling State University Marching Band. Over the past few years, the band competition has stirred up a Grambling-Southern rivalry all of its own.
Well, it's really one of the most intense engagements and so on performances that we make during the school year.
Why?
There's quite a rivalry, between Grambling and Southern, and we want to do our part to support that our end of the rivalry.
What do you mean support your end of the rivalry? What do you have to do?
Well, simply try to outperform the other bands.
It's a matter of opinion, because you may say that you might like Grambling baby, and another individual might like Southern baby. It's not a matter of moral, it's a matter of taste. Which one you like?
The high-stepping, all-male, 180-member band wear the blue and gold colors of the Southern University Jaguars. Under the direction of Isaac Gregg, who was himself a member of the band, the marching Jags hold up their end of the school spirit.
I have always admired Grambling Band. I because the band director now, I'm very good friends. We've been friends for years. And although we are rivalries, and we be fighting like I don't know where out on the football field. But you know, after the football field, after the show is over, we go back to our things we've been doing all along.
Your history was there for 30 years. You've been here 13. Does he have any kind of edge on you?
Of course. He is. That's all. That's a number of years.
And what's the two different styles?
Well, I wouldn't be able to describe his style, but I can describe my style if you like my style. I like something that is flashy. I like something that is pretty. I like a show that is intricate. I like a show that's going to do something other than dance.
State University Marching Tigers usually fight back with their own precision stepping and playing. With the watchful eyes of veteran band leader Conrad Hutchinson watching every move, the 150-member Grambling Band has been known to steal the show. The Southern Band is pretty good.
Oh, yeah. We regard it as one of the best bands in the country.
Do you have to get psyched up for the Bayou Classic, especially since you're dealing with the rivalry and with a good band and with a good football game usually?
Well, when you finally enter the atmosphere, there is a feeling that I've got to perform.
So what do you do as far as, like psyching your students up?
All we have to do is say, there's a Southern Band across the way.
For a person who has never seen the Grambling Band perform, what is it about the Grambling Band?
Well, probably the style, the tempo at which we march, the tight dance steps that we try to execute, and, well, the moving type show that we attempt to do.
This year, the Grambling Band has forfeited the Bayou Classic Battle of the Bands competition so that they can march in a previously arranged appearance in Japan.
We're going to miss now being present. As you know, there was a mix-up in the date. Originally, the classic was slated for the 20th, and we were to leave for Japan on the evening of the 20th. We had our commitment, and we still have to keep it.
Because of the Japan trip mix-up, the Grambling State Marching Band won't be at the Bayou Classic this year. But here's an example of what you would have seen if they had this Battle of the Bands in the Bayou Classic in '82. The main attraction for the Bayou Classic is the football game between the Southern Jaguars and the Grambling Tigers. Going into this year's competition, the Tigers lead the Jags in Bayou Classic wins 16-13. But in the last few years, the Southern Jaguars have won 2 out of 3 Classic encounters. Leading the Grambling Tigers is the legendary Eddie Robinson. His 40-year influence on the team has produced not only one of the best football teams in the country, but also one of the best coaching records anywhere around. This season, Coach Robinson went well past his 300-win list of teams, and some people predict that before he steps down as head coach at Grambling, he will earn the title of having won the most college football games within a single coaching career. The Tigers go into the Bayou Classic 8-2 on the season. For the past 10 years or more, Grambling has been favored by the analysts to win the Classic. But in 1979 and again last year, the Tigers lost big to the lesser-rated Southern Jaguars.